Hello everybody and welcome to the first installment of Tag Tuesday. This is a new little video series that I want to start up at least every Tuesday in April. I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts and opinions about a popular tag that's going around the fragcomm right now and kind of give my version of that list. So for this first installment, this is a tag, I believe it's one fragrance per season, that I want to say was originally started by Claire, and I think I saw it on George's channel a few days ago. I could be wrong on that. I'm a little bit out of the loop, a little bit rusty with this kind of stuff, but you'll have to forgive me with that. But yeah, this is the video I'm going to be doing, just kind of giving you guys, I think, one fragrance per season, and I'm actually going to break it down kind of like George broke it down, where he's going to be giving a designer and a niche, because with our audiences, we're very diverse. We've got a lot of people that are looking for designer fragrances, right? They get a lot of compliments, and at the same time, you got my niche crowd that are looking for those artistic kind of craftsmanship type scents. So I'm going to be giving you one of each, so a total of 8 fragrances in this video. So without any further ado, let's get this Tuesday special going. Remember high school had Taco Tuesday? I want tacos now. It's delicious. Also, on a side note, I have most of these fragrances here with me, but like half of my collection is split up in a different state right now. It's kind of a long story, but if you want more information about that, or if you just want to see like an updated collection video, let me know about that in the comments down below. Just literally tell me, Bradley, I want a collection video from you, and I will put one out. Spoiler alert though, I don't have a lot of fragrances that I used to have. So you'll kind of see what is left of my collection if you really want to see that. So let's start off with spring, the season that we are currently in. Man, I love spring. The sun is starting to come out. Everything's starting to come back in with all the growth and greenery. So this fragrance really does encapsulate that. This is Un Jardin sur le Nil from Hermès, a Jean-Claude Ellena masterpiece right here. Now this fragrance is definitely on the unisex side, so any ladies out there, feel free to wear this one as well, because it would smell amazing on you, as well as any gentleman out there, because the dry down, contrary to popular belief, this fragrance actually does have a pretty masculine dry down. It has a sycamore wood note in there and kind of a very dry woody appeal at the very end of the scent, but in the opening it's hard to miss it. You got the green mango, very ripe, very fresh, very watery, with the blue lotus in here, so it's kind of like aquatic at the same time. Lots of green notes, almost a tomato carrot kind of accord in there, so it's got that very vegetable thing, and then obviously the big blast of citrus and grapefruit in here as well. This is just beautifully blended from head to toe. Smells extremely natural, and I believe this came out in like the early 2000s, which is kind of crazy, because smelling it, it's just like, this is a timeless scent. So really great stuff. Great designer if you're looking for something very refreshing and natural smelling to rock in the springtime. As for the niche, this is actually my scent of the day. I have not spoken or even shown off this bottle in quite a long time. This is Selva do Brazil from the House of Bordeaux. Just take a look at the back of the bottle, kind of gives you everything you need to know about the scent right here. This is a very green scent, smells quite similar to Thierry Mugler's Mugler Cologne. It's got the petitgrain kind of vibe, a little soapy, very green, very kind of natural smelling. This is a very simplistic scent, something that's going to smell great on those warmer spring days, or if you just want to be very casual. You know, this doesn't smell like anything too dressed up. You can rock this casually to the gym, that kind of stuff. Overall, it has a very nice quality to it, and I just like it because it is very simple, very easy to wear, and once again, refreshing, gives me those green vibes that I look for in the springtime. Alright, next season is summer, and who doesn't love the summer, right? We're talking massive heat, high humidity, citrusy scents. My personal favorite, obviously, I love the fresher fragrances, aquatics, all that kind of good stuff. Something that you can really wear that's light and refreshing, that cools you down in the hot weather. Let's go with my designer pick first. This is Versace's Pour Homme, a fragrance that most of you should probably know about by now. This is kind of like a staple. You know, I would say every guy should have this bottle in his collection, because it is very straightforward, very easy to wear, and does smell fantastic. It's a compliment getter. The only gripe that a lot of people are going to have with this is the performance. It doesn't really last so long, but that's okay, because, you know, in the high heat, you don't really expect the fragrances to last that long anyway, and this fragrance is inexpensive enough where you can really just afford to put on a lot of sprays and keep reapplying. It's not really going to hurt your wallet too much. Smooth, soft, bright citruses with Versace Pour Homme, and the really thing I respect about it is you can't really tell what note is what almost. It's just very well blended together. You got like some kind of a lemony citrus notes in here, and possibly some very light florals, but mainly it just smells very bright, very attention kind of grabbing in the opening, and it dries down to a really nice kind of musky, slightly tonka dry down, but it's very, very light. Like I said, it's not heavy whatsoever. So you can wear this in the hottest of hot temperatures and pull it off really easily. So Versace Pour-Homme, I'm sure a lot of you know about it by now, but I really have been wearing this one quite a bit, and I'm going to continue to do so when it gets a lot hotter out. Now onto my niche pick. This is one that I have not seen any other reviews on YouTube of this fragrance yet, and like there's hardly any mention of this house at all on YouTube. So consider this one a little bit of a hidden gem alert. Got the sirens going off everywhere. This is from the house of Bon Parfumeur, and this is called 801. This is a really kind of cool indie type fragrance house, and they have all their fragrances are like these numbered, and they have the notes listed right on the front, and it's really kind of cool. I actually discovered this a couple years ago when I was up in Cleveland at Indigo Perfumery. I tried this out along with some others from the brand, and this one really stuck out to me as one of my absolute favorites. Yes, I actually wore this on my spring break trip to Hilton Head a few weeks ago down at the beach, and this just actually reminds me a lot of it. It really just brought me back there as soon as I smelled it with that salty sea air. This is almost like if Atelier Cologne were to make an aquatic, this is kind of what it would come out like, because it does have that really nice, authentic, citrusy quality in there, that really vibrant kind of scent that Atelier is known for, but it also marries that with a very nice aquatic sea saltiness in there. It's just fantastic. It's got kind of a muskiness, and they dry down a slight little bit of spiciness in there as well, but not really too much. Mainly it's just that big blast of realistic citrus and sea salt in there. And if you guys know Bulgari Aqua Marine, it smells extremely similar to that, but it does tone down the harshness of the salty seaweedy kind of notes that were in Aqua Marine. Makes it a lot more wearable in my opinion. Sure, it's not as strong per se, doesn't project as hardcore as that one did, but it does get the job done, and it is extremely refreshing. Like, it got pretty hot down there at the beach, and this one really just kind of cooled me down, and I know it's going to do so throughout the rest of the summer. So be on the lookout for this one. I hopefully will have a full-length review coming out a little bit later on, maybe in the summer on this one, so stay on the lookout for that. But great one. Check out this house. They got a lot of really good gems in there. Alright, let's go into autumn now. What are my favorite fall fragrances? Fall is a great season to wear fragrances in because the weather starts to cool down, you get the beautiful foliage on the trees, and who doesn't love to wear some spicy, kind of bold scents every once in a while, especially after rocking fresh fragrances through most of the spring and summer. So let's get the elephant out of the room right away. For those of you who don't know me very well, then you probably won't know exactly what this niche fragrance is I'm about to show you. But those of you who have been around the Triple Link channel for a little bit of time, you will 100% already know this bottle before I even bring it up in the frame and show you what it is. This is none other than Habdan from Parfums de Marly. You guys already know my thoughts on this, don't really need to speak to it too much, but this is my favorite fragrance from the house of Parfums de Marly. It gets slept on by a lot of other folks because it does get a little bit thrown under the rug, or under the radar, if you will, compared to some other scents like Herod, all those other good ones, Eau Juan, Carlisle, Pegasus, you can name a bunch of them, right? But this one has a great combination of apple in here. Apple mixed with caramel kind of gives you that feeling like you're at a fall festival, and you also have tons of spices like saffron. I almost get like a cinnamon type of spice in here as well, like a spiced apple, which is great, delicious, and it also has a smokiness to it as well, and a resinous, woody quality with the myrrh that's in here, and the frankincense, and just all the other resins as well. It gives you almost like a smoky kind of sensation, if you will. Gorgeous stuff, incredible projection, very complex scent. Really gorgeous, and one that I will pretty much hold on for a long, long time. I got a lot of this bottle left, so hopefully this will last me many years into the future, many more autumns to go. Oh yeah, I was looking for the bottle and I just realized I don't actually have it with me. It is Spice Bomb from Victor and Rolf. This is one that can actually double as a great winter scent as well, but I just prefer it a little bit more in the fall time just because of those spices really kind of get me in the fall mood. Cinnamon, tobacco, a little bit of leather in the dry down. It has definitely a good amount of sweetness in here, but doesn't go too overboard with it. It still keeps its kind of like masculine backbone, which is awesome. A very good compliment getter as well, great performance, and you guys already know a lot about Spice Bomb. I don't really need to speak to it too much. I actually do prefer it over the newer Spice Bomb Extreme and the Night Vision. Not a huge fan of either of those. I really do think that the original is the best iteration of all of the Spice Bombs. I don't think I can put on any more layers. So the designer winter fragrance, kind of interesting that it comes in this weird looking like pouch. I've never seen a fragrance come in this before, but you know, it's kind of interesting. I kind of like it actually. Oh well though, you know. So this is actually CH Man Privé from Carolina Herrera, and if you guys get that reference, this is a very boozy scent. Obviously you get really nice kind of whiskey accord in here with that grapefruit note up top. Really nice stuff. Got a leathery tonka bean based dry down. Pretty simplistic scent, but does have a good character to it, a pretty good quality. A lot of people will dub this as like the bad boy scent or what have you. I kind of see that. I just really think it's a nice combination of a boozy fragrance mixed with a leathery kind of sweetish dry down, but doesn't go overly gourmand, and a little bit more on the mature side of things, if you ask me. So if you're 30 something plus, this would be a really good one to check out. And for my niche pick, this is a very special scent to me. I really need to get around to doing a review of this one because I have a lot of really good thoughts on it, and I should review it coming up hopefully in the winter time. But either way, this is Nizza from Christian Dior. Debatable whether you could call it the private collection series, whatever you want to call it, La Collection Privé. Rusty, man. Yeah. Amazing scent. This is an amber-based fragrance, and it just really glows off the skin. Beautifully spiced as well. You get cinnamon in here, very realistic, dry, harsh cinnamon in the opening. Honestly, the opening isn't really my favorite. It does come across very almost smoky, chalky, dry textured, and it kind of hurts my nose a little bit. It's very intense. But after about 45 minutes to an hour or so, the amber really kicks in, and this smells like a gorgeous, almost like vanilla, amber, cinnamon mix, and it's just divine. Really, really inviting, very pleasing scent, and this is a fragrance that I will hold on to for a long time. It just reminds me of holidays, Christmas time, all that kind of good stuff. Kind of getting to meet with family again and just being home for the holidays. So really, really a special fragrance, and very tough to find nowadays. It has obviously been discontinued for quite a while. However, if you can find it, I would highly recommend looking into it, or really any amber-based scent if you want to get Ambre Narguilé from Hermes. This would be a pretty good substitute for this, while that is on the sweeter side of things for sure. So that was my first Tag Tuesday video. I will be seeing you on this installation next Tuesday with another tag. I'm not sure which one yet, but I will do a little bit of research on that and find out. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this video, and I'm going to get out of this because I'm burning up. See you guys. Peace.